Welcome to another exciting show on Nebo TV. Again, here we have a special guest, Dr. Ekhaguosa Aisien, who is going to be analyzing the story behind Oba Ohen, the father of Oba Ewaye the First. Let's go over to our guest. Domosa.
Ohen, the Oba of Benin. He was the 12th Oba of Benin, beginning from Eweka the First, or you could call him the 13th Oba of Benin if you began from Prince Orominya. Now, remember that the Obaship of Benin is the second dynasty that has ruled Benin, and it is currently ruling Benin as we speak today. Our current Oba is Oba Ewaye II. I think the 40th Oba of this dynasty. Before the Obaship dynasty came to Benin, we had another dynasty that ruled Benin for hundreds of years. It might be for 1,000 years, because this dynasty contained 31 kings. The present dynasty is now 40 kings. The previous dynasty of the Ogisos, we had 31 kings. The last of them, the 31st king, the 31st Ogiso of Benin, was the last king of that dynasty. Then, through a series of happenstances, this second dynasty that is still ruling Benin came on with a Prince Orominya, who came from Ile-Ife. Oba Ohen was the 12th or 13th king of that dynasty. He was a fine man, a handsome man. And he was, as people say, libidinous. He loved his women. He was on his throne one day when he was told that there was a girl, a maiden, who had 4 breasts. Usually, females have got 2 breasts, just as males have got 2 breasts. But this young lady had 4. People will say, this is just a matter of tale telling. But no. This was exactly what happened. And it still happens up till today. Men and women can have more than 2 breasts. Some can have 3, others can have 4, others can have 6. Because that was how God created the human body. In the embryo, the fetus in the embryo, whether male or female, develops many breasts on 2 lines. The lines beginning from the armpit to the upper thigh on this side, beginning from the armpit to the upper thigh on the other side. Any number of breasts can develop along this line. This line is called the milk line. Anatomically, it's called the milk line. Many breasts develop along this milk line. Many breasts also develop along that milk line. But before the baby is mature, 9 months or 9.5 months before the baby is born, all the other breasts vanish, leaving the baby with just 2. Occasionally, not many of them vanish. So the child is born with either 3 breasts, or 4 breasts, or 6 breasts. And it happens till today.
Wow.
It so happened that this girl, her name was Oveme, and she had 4 breasts. When she became a mature puberty, she had 4 breasts. And her fame was all over Benin. That there was a girl called Oveme with 4 breasts, and she was the daughter of the Enogie of Ute. Ute is when you cross the Ikoba River, Ikoba's hill. There's a road. When you go along Mission Road, Upper Mission Road, and then you cross the Ikoba River, then you go a little way. Then there's the village of Ute there. Oh. It's still there today. Oh. And the Enogie is still there today. Wow. Now the Enogie was the father of this girl who had 4 breasts. So Ohen was told about this, and he was, as they say, a big word. He was libidinous. You know, he loved women. So he decided that he would go to see this unusual thing. So he disguised himself, went from the palace, crossed the Ikoba River into Ute village there, and then he saw this girl. Then he became the girl's lover. When the Enogie knew about that this was the Oba of Benin, Ohen, who was coming to his palace to see his daughter, he gave them plenty of privacy. So Ohen will come, and he and his lover will be in the apartments there, and so on and so on. It went on for some time. And then, of course, before daybreak, Ohen would then go back to the palace so that when morning came, he will be seen in the palace, and all the palace functions will carry on as usual. So one day, he overslept at Ute village in Ipuba hill there. So, how could he now return to the palace incognito? Because it was already daybreak. So the Enogi of Ute and the village, they sort of then created a masquerade. A male and a female. And they put a mask over the male head, put another mask over the female head. They put a mask, a masquerade mask over Ohen's face, put a masquerade mask over Oveme's face, and with dancing and as if Ute village was taking a dance to the palace for the entertainment of the Oba of Benin. So they got into the palace incognito. Where they didn't know that it was Oba Ohen himself who was in that camouflage. So then Oveme then just went into the harem and became properly the Oba's wife. She was the one who gave birth to Ewari. Oveme was the mother of Ewari the Great. Then, after some time, rumors came that the Oliha had just acquired a beautiful girl. And this girl was, of course, in the Oliha's harem with all the many wives that the man had. The beauty of the girl was spoken about, that it exacted the attention of Oba Ohen, because as I told you, he was a woman lover. So at night, he took some of his relations, some of his attendants. He went to the palace of the Oliha, where the Oliha palace is today, the Oliha Magan. And then he was able to get into the harem, and he and these Oliha's new wife also started to have relations without the Oliha knowing. But there was an old woman who knew what was happening. So the old woman tipped off Oliha to say, some nights something happens in this your harem. Look out for it. So the Oliha set spies around. So this night, Oba Ohen came again in camouflage. Went to the apartments of this lady in the harem. Then these people then went and told Oliha, that strange man who comes to your harem is here again. Oh. So the Oliha came to his harem. When Oba Ohen saw that his presence had been discovered, he escaped from the harem. And it was night. Then, in running along with his servants, he fell into a shallow ditch. And he broke his legs. So they met him there. They saw that it was the Oba of Benin himself. They then took him to the palace, and his doctors there started looking after him. But the broken legs really didn't unite properly, so he became a cripple. In order to hide this infirmity of his, because virtually every day the Oba had to go to the audience chamber that is called Uwa Ozolwa, where he received his guests. His chiefs would sit or stand 2 rows. The people will come to consult him, he will receive them, and so on and so on. So, in order to hide his infirmity, Oba Ohen will be the first, early in the morning, to get to Uwozola before any of his chiefs will come, before the people will then start coming.
Now, how will he get there? Because the Iwegwai, the private quarters of the Oba of Benin, was far from the Uwozola. So the palace people manufactured a cart, C-A-R-T, a carriage. They put the throne of the Oba of Benin, called the Agba, on the cart, C-A-R-T. And they provided the cart with wheels made from hollowed out timber.
Mm-hmm.
Then, how was the cart to go from the Iwegwai to the Uwozolwa? And they got 2 live crocodiles, Abaka. They sort of belted the jaws of the crocodiles, and they put ropes on the crocodiles, and the ropes were tied to the cart. And the keeper of the crocodiles would then lead the crocodiles in a leash. As the crocodiles were going along, the cart will follow the crocodiles. So they created a crocodilian cart. And they put Ohen's Agba throne on the cart, and they put Ohen himself on the cart. So the crocodiles will be led with their big jaws belted up and led to the audience chamber at Uwozolwa. The attendants will carry the throne from the cart and put it where the throne should be. And the keepers of the crocodiles, the crocodilian cart, will then take the crocodiles and the cart away. At the end of the audience, the Oba will still be on his throne. Everybody would have left the audience chamber, and the great doors will be shut. Then the crocodilian cat will be led in, attached to this cat, and the crocodiles will then walk all the way to the Ekhaguosa with the Oba Ohen on the group. At the Ekhaguosa, the Oba will be taken out, and then the crocodiles will then be led by their keeper to the Egun, where the crocodiles were kept, and then they will be fed with live goats. The stirrups that tie their jaws together will be removed, and then live goats will be thrown into the Uteudo, and the crocodiles will then feed on these live goats. That was how Ohen was able to get to his Uwozolwa and back. It was a contraption that was created by the palace people. And the chiefs began to become curious. Why is it that our Lord is the first person to get to the Uwozolwa, and he is the last to also leave the Uwozolwa after everybody had come? Curious. This thing went on and on. And one day, the Iyase, the head of the chiefs, was determined to find out that there was some secret here. Was determined to find out. This Iyase was called Emuzi. His name was Emuzi. So one day, the Oba received his people and his chiefs in the Uwozolwa with the Iyase. Then everybody then trooped out at the end of the reception. With the Iyase, the Iyase went home, changed his palace dresses, and wore a simple thing, a buluku. It was already night. So he came back to the palace and he got into the audience chamber before everybody had left. So he hid somewhere. Then it was thought that everybody had left. The great doors were shut, and the crocodilian cat was let in to take the Oba to the palace. While that was being done, something happened. Maybe the Iyase coughed or something. So his presence was discovered. So he knew that there was danger. So he quickly jumped out, started running. Then he was chased. Then where you have the museum now, the Unogwa of the palace, the people who were chasing him caught up with him, and they hit him, not knowing that he was the Iyase. Hit him, and he died. And it was at night. So after he died, they told him over. And to their horror, they saw that it was the Iyase of Benin. They came back to the palace. This interloper that jumped out of the chamber after seeing our secrets, and we chased him. We caught up with him, and he was killed at the Unogwa of the palace. After he was killed, it was night. We turned him over, and we saw that it was the Iyase, Emuzi. Then the Oba said, well, there was nothing to do about it. it was curiosity that killed the Iyase. Ihuwaru, Erogbu Iyase. They took the body and they disposed of it. The Iyase's household was waiting for their Lord. He didn't come. One day passed, second day, third day, fourth day, the Iyase wasn't anywhere to be seen. And the chiefs began to suspect that the disappearance of the Iyase, that the Oba had a hand in it. So in the morning, with the Ohen already on his throne, in the Ekhaguosa, the chiefs will come. What talk about month? What is he? Yes. They wouldn't say it in words, but it's just an interrogatory gesture of the hand. Where is our yes? And they will go to their appointed place. The audience will hold it, will come, and in the evening they will go home. The following day, they will come. What is this? And finally, it was decided that the Iyase was dead, and the Oba had a hand in his death. So the chief said, "Since Oba Ohen had secretly killed one of them," the Iyase, this was how he would also secretly kill each and every one of them. They didn't feel safe anymore in the palace. And they said, well, the only remedy to it was to also kill the Oba. They held the meeting. They decided on their modus operandi, how they would carry out the assassination. They decided that they would use osohu, balls of chalk. It's shaped like the American basketball something.
Okay.
Oblong like this. Then the Edos use it when doing some sacrifices.
So yes, like the native chalk.
A native chalk. It's
yes.
not. It is the native chalk, not like the native chalk. The native chalk. Osohu is difficult. So then each of them got this osohu and sort of folded it in the voluminous robes of their enyon. You know how the chiefs dress.
Okay, their wrapper.
Okay, their wrapper. So they decided on when they will stand up now to greet the Oba. Yeah, Oba talk very. Then each of them should bring out this ball of dried native chalk and use it as a missile to hit the Oba on the throne. So on the appointed day, they all came. Oba talk very. Yeah. And each of them took out this native chalk. Iyase Yoru. Iyase, accept this chalk. He has said, accept this job. He has said, accept this job. He has said, your rule. They killed the Oba. Those months of joy. It is the only instance in the long history of Benin, which going to 2,000 years now, because the Ogisos were 31 Obas, 31 Ogisos, kings, hundreds of years, definitely. Then we now have 40 Obas in the Oba dynasty. We know that this dynasty is probably 1,000 years old now, because Omiya came in 11 something, and we are now 2000. So we do not know how long the previous dynasty lasted. So roughly 2,000 years of Benin history is the only instance when the Edos killed their king.
Wow, amazing story, really amazing. It has lots of lessons, like lots. Curiosity, not being satisfied with one woman, and all that. Well, that's the end for today's show, and all thanks to our guest, Dr. Ekhaguosa Aisien. Hope to see you next time on Nebo TV. My name is Agbaje Onome.